I'm Murray Nurse, and I'm a resident of Salt Spring Island, and I've been involved with Ometepe for almost 3 years. Basically, Ometepe is a volunteer group on Salt Spring Island that brings coffee in from Ometepe in Nicaragua for roasting and selling. And all the money we make is returned to development projects in Nicaragua. I worked for 30 years developing and supporting nonprofits in Saskatchewan. And I found this group is quite unique in that it was developed in the 80s on a very pure principle of seeing a need, developing some way of meeting that need, and it has continued along that line ever since. We received not a nickel of any kind of government grants or supports, and take quite a bit of pride in the fact that all the money we send back, it isn't 80% of it or 8% of it isn't being taken out in admin fees. In the early years, we actually had members from Salt Spring, Ometepe, carrying wads of American cash back to Nicaragua on annual trips to make sure the money got to where it was intended. And this philosophy continues today. The meetings always include cookies and Ometepe coffee, a fairly loosely drawn up agenda, and run in a typical Salt Spring fashion, which I won't try to describe. We operate the coffee, hot coffee sales at the Ganges market every Saturday morning from May until October. And we raise about $3,000 a month through those sales. Each individual member is expected to work 2 Saturdays a summer. Some of us younger guys, and I'm one of the youngest guys, which is kind of scary when you get here and everyone talks about you youngsters, you've been retired for 5 years. But that's probably a fact of life on Salt Spring. And we sell coffee to some of the Gulf Island stores on Main Island. There's a place in Saanich where we sell coffee. We actually bring the coffee in raw or green from Nicaragua after negotiating a price and the quality of the beans, the size of the beans, and we have it roasted in Duncan, which is a half-hour ferry ride and half-hour car ride away from Salt Spring. So when you get our coffee, it is very, very fresh, and it is very, very good. We also have a booth at the Fall Fair, which is held in September. That's a 2-day event. And this year we made, I think in 2 days, $1,800 in selling coffee at $1.50 a cup. And we also do the film festival in March, which probably is and when we do things like the film festival, which is a nonprofit event in itself, all the money we make, we donate back to the film festival. So if we make $600 or $700, that goes back to the film festival. And on occasion, we'll have a group approach us to help them, and we'll do the same thing. We'll run a bar for them and stock it and sell coffee and then give them all the profits from it. So in small ways, we make an impact throughout the year on Salt Spring, and in another way, we impact things in Nicaragua.